This is Smyrna Dunes Park. It's a county park in Volusia County. It's located in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. It's a great mile and a half or so boardwalk across the sand dunes. You get to see New Smyrna Beach. There's many outlets to see the beach. We see Ponce Inlet, one of the great inlets of Florida, and the Ponce Inlet Lighthouse. So it's a beautiful walk and lots of things to see. So come enjoy it with me.
This is the information kiosk. We'll take a look inside here first. Some nice murals. Lots of information on fishing, spiny lobsters, invertebrates of the reef. Some interesting coral. Sea monsters in the sand. You don't think about too much about the life under the sand. You know, you think about the crabs, but you go much deeper and there's a lot of life under the sand. Wow. There it is. Monarch butterfly. Beautiful creature. And we're getting down the boardwalk. Now let's take a look at the map. This is what we're going to be doing. So it's a loop trail. And well, we're right here. We're gonna walk this. I'll probably get some views of the beach. Might get off for a while, especially over here. I know the lighthouse is across the inlet. And we'll finish the loop back to where we are. See a lot of sable palm. And they're also called cabbage palm. I'll show you one of those right here. And it's a very common tree seen in Florida. Some more up ahead. Okay, this shrub is labeled right here. This is a Yaupon evergreen holly. The Native Americans made the black drink from its leaves, and they used it to purge themselves before battle. I'll get a close-up of these leaves. It's a native Florida plant with a lot of historical value to it. You can hear the ocean. It's not too far from here. As we make a left turn, heading north. Right here we can see our first glimpse of the magnificence of the sand dunes. You can see them stretching up the hill right here, and as well on this side of the path. Lots of palmettos, and this is coral bean, that pinkish, reddish colored flower, and that blooms in the spring. This is another nice vantage point of the sand dunes. This brings us to our first beach access point. And we are not going to catch the beach at this point. We're going to continue on this trail. Let's take another look at the dunes here. If you look into the distance, in between these palm trees, you can see the Ponce Inlet lighthouse. And eventually we'll be moving in that direction. This is also our first view of the Atlantic Ocean. And we'll take a quick pause at this observation and enjoy the view. We're not going to visit the beach at this juncture, but we are going to walk a little bit along this pier so we could see the dunes from different angles. This is a very pretty area of dunes. And you can see the rise in elevation for these dunes up 5-10 feet above the surrounding area. And it's just this crevice. It's almost like canyons of sand in between. It's not a solid hill of dunes. We will take a little bit of a look at the ocean, and I promise that we'll go in at some point. And this is a great area to see what is called the prickly pear cactus. And they are in bloom right now, and it's very beautiful. Caught it at just the right time. Right now we're behind the dunes and just enjoying that ocean view. And this is a unique part of the trail. At this point, the dunes are about even or higher, in some parts higher than where we are on the boardwalk. I believe this is the largest observation tower. It's a double-decker. We're going to climb that and see what type of view we have. Might be able to see the inlet from that height. So many vantage points to see. A beautiful beach and sand dunes. Just ahead along the beach you can see the breaker. And where there's a long stone breaker and then a shorter one. In between that is the inlet. And yes, from here, up this high, you can see the inlet. The other side of the inlet is the lighthouse. And we're going to be looping right around in front of that lighthouse. And a large number of cactus in this area. Some nice specimens right here. Sign says, please stay off the dunes. It doesn't apply to birds and other wildlife though. Beautiful sand dunes on this beach entry. So I'm going to take this beach entry. And it's near the inlet. These are the most prominent and amazing sand dunes we've seen yet. This whole stretch in front of us. There's actually 4 people that are on the sand dunes, which is against the law, smoking something. Kind of ruining our view. And let's take a look at this side of the sand dune. It's amazing. Let's look at the view from right on top of them. It's amazing. It's pretty high too. These are these sand dunes. They go up about 15-20 feet high here. It's on the erosion. Now you can drive on this part of the beach. We're gonna go straight to the water. And we're gonna hang out a little bit on the beach before we continue that trail. Waves are pretty strong today. That's pretty amazing too. This is the, if not the shark capital of the world, the shark capital of North America. I believe there might be an area in Australia that has us beat for shark attacks. And I'm not sure, it might be about 6 people a year get bit by a shark right here along this beach. I'm gonna walk up to this jetty. About 4 years ago, I tried to walk out to the end of that jetty, and unfortunately, I took a bad fall and cut up my shin so bad it left permanent scars. So obviously, I'm going to try to walk it again, but it's probably very slippery. I also don't want it to destroy my camera, which is the more important, more valuable thing here. But beautiful view of the opening of the inlet with the crashing waves. Yeah, these waves are just crashing all over the rocks. And I'm wearing flip-flops. I can't say I've seen an inlet this rough. Wow. Usually inlets, the water's very calm. Yeah, I've never seen wave. Ooh, God. Okay. kind of fell, but I managed to keep the camera falling into the water. It was a 3 to 4 foot drop right here, which is unexpected. So I might not walk on the rocks. I'm already clumsy just on the sand. This is a snowy egret right here. Beautiful bird. It's a very rough inlet. And then another major feature at Ponce is the Ponce Inlet Lighthouse. That's the second tallest brick lighthouse in America. Stepped over a couple of these big breaker rocks. And for your information, this western end of the beach on this side and on the Ponce Inlet side are both open for dogs. They're both beach dog parks. Gonna zoom in on the lighthouse. And it's a major landmark. One of the greatest lighthouses in America. Historic and just architecturally. It's located in the historic town of Ponce Inlet, which has a couple of great seafood restaurants. But that's for another trip. And so we're just looking out at the mouth of the inlet. And it's time to return to the dunes. We're going to make our way back on the trail, and in a few minutes we're going to see this overlook that's right in front of us, but from the from inside the lookout tower. And a little chapel seems to have been built here. Hey, somebody got married today. Well, this is the very end of the breaker. Let's just spend a little bit of time watching the waves crash along here. With the beach erosion, you get some sideways growing palm and palmetto trees, which is also very unusual to see. And back to the sand dune trail. On the left side there's a series of sand dunes as well. Well inside the beach. That could be from a time in the past when the dunes were much further inland. The sea did run in a couple of miles more during previous time, I'm not sure the time period. But this would have all been underwater. I just feel like I'm in the thick of the sand dunes right now. I'm going to do a 360. It's not beautiful. It's like I'm in a valley of sand dunes. And as promised, we are going to take the boardwalk out to this overlook that is right above the inlet. Sweeping views dunes. We're gonna take a closer look at this maze of dunes. It's nothing like it when you're walking above. You get to see all the nuances. Stretches quite a way. This area right here just looks like the crater of a volcano, just the way it's circular around and little cinder cones in the middle. It just reminds me of that. His dad and daughter are misbehaving, being on the dunes. And you see the breakers. And from up here you can see the Ponce Inlet side a little better with the lighthouse. And another fantastic view right above the dunes. And these are very tall dunes. For Florida, you usually don't see them like 20 feet tall like this. That's very, very high up. And one last view of the inlet. We'll catch the inlet further inland, a little bit further up the trail. Back on the main loop trail. I'm keeping my eye peeled out for tortoises. This is perfect terrain for gopher tortoises. And this is a lantana wildflower. And right before us, I do spot a gopher tortoise hole. Might be too hot to come out right now, but I do see them during the heat of the day. So we're going to just take a look at these dunes that we're going to be leaving behind. And another gopher tortoise hole. Not coming out though. So there is a side trail that heads west towards the inlet, which is further inland than the beach. And we're going to explore, see where it takes us. And it looks like a very thick patch of mangroves. It's pretty nice. So, on the other end of this boardwalk is a river side beach. Pretty nice. Nestled inside the mangroves. And this beach continues over, you can see the lighthouse, continues all the way around. It is dog friendly. It's kind of like a hidden extension of that beach. People who prefer the quieter side. The water's very clear. It's beautiful. Heading back on the main trail, we're going to climb this tower. Give us another good panorama from the other side of the Dunes Park. And we started our trail in the distance. We took it north along the eastern shore. Lighthouse in the distance. And the path out to the beach. Now, I believe that in the distance there's a secret island. And it's supposed to have the most beautiful Caribbean colored waters. And from here it looks like it. The only way to get there is by boat. So that is going to be a future trip. We'll find somebody with a boat. That is the final leg of this boardwalk hike. And this is a very interesting find. It is a red cedar. Might be the only one out here. It's a little one. A few scattered sand dunes right off the trail. Somewhere hidden deep within there. Looks like a much bigger tortoise hole. Lots of tortoise holes, but just no tortoises. They could be taking a nap at this time. And we finally see a gopher tortoise coming out of its hiding place. It's a smaller one. probably under a foot in length. Another very low lying red cedar tree. We're going to take the last side diversion on the trail. It's nestled between a sand dune. I believe this is a fishing pier, but it'll give us a really nice view of the river. And if we're lucky, it goes out far enough that we can see the lighthouse one more time. I love that lighthouse. And our third red cedar, the largest one of the day. And so we're further down from we were from that previous beach. Pretty nice yacht right there in the foreground. And in the distance is the lighthouse. As we complete the final turn of this loop, we see really nice sand dune. This is very inland from the beach, so it could be more of an ancient relic. So that completes our trail today. If you enjoyed this hike with us, please click like and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you on our next adventure.